Okay, we're back in Hardspace Shipbreaker, and they've been telling me to repair my equipment. I'm not sure what the downside of not repairing it is, but, you know, better safe than sorry. Let's just fix everything. For some reason, you don't need to repair your demo charges. Don't know why that is. I'm kidding. It seems obvious. Okay, so I just blew apart the central spine of this ship. And apparently destroyed a pod clamp? I don't know what that was. Oh, I know what that was. It's one of these guys. It was probably thrown off by the explosion when it actually is supposed to go to the barge. Okay, so this came apart, but it's still...
Credits deposited.
It's still kind of attached here. Let's... Or this central... Actually, the central spine here has not been touched. It has not been detached. And I'm not sure how to detach it. Now, is this an airlock? Is this a weird airlock? Huh. I wonder what options I have inside here for... Well, nothing in this room. What options do I have for... I am completely lost now. Wait a minute. Where am I? Okay, hold on. Alright, so I don't see a lot of options for detaching the spine of the ship. Unless... Okay, this bit goes in the furnace. Do I need to just detach the walls? Do I need to just, like, cut into the walls and that's how you do it? It does look like maybe so. Let's see. What am I allowed to cut? I can cut this. Alright, and I can cut this. These little cut guides are great, by the way. Okay, yeah, so if I cut on all these lines, I might not even need to cut the last. Well, it might make it easier to take some things off. So yeah, I'll cut this last bit here. Okay, that just gives me a bunch of furnace pieces. But what it also does is it actually doesn't accomplish all that much. Okay, so well, I think what it actually does is it's going to make it easier for me to get this cage off the spine. So the spine needs to be detached, I think, by cutting here. Or, oh wait, can I cut here? That might be better than cutting apart all these tiny panels. Actually, what I should probably be doing, instead of cutting these, I should probably be incinerating them. Just to make a cleaner cut. The thing I don't know is, am I actually... I don't know if these... See, these things might still be attached to each other, even though I'm eliminating this connective tissue. And I won't know until I've actually gotten rid of all of these pieces, if getting rid of these pieces is the answer. Okay, so now the question is this still attached? I think it is. Yeah, I think these bits are still attached. Now, it looks like I can cut them, though. So do I want to just... Is that what I want to do? Do I want to just be like... Oh, I can cut straight through everything. You got to be very careful when you can just cut straight through everything. I guess it lets me cut the distant parts because this is all technically one piece. Okay, now that looks like it's detached now. Okay, it all looks like it's detached. Maybe that was just a special case. So I might have just successfully detached the spine from the pod. Yeah, okay, look, I'm moving to the side, and I'm very slowly nudging the spine aside. So that means that, yeah, I have detached it from the back of the ship. The thing I have not done yet is detach it from the front of the ship. So the stuff that I was doing before to detach these pieces probably was unnecessary. I think what I probably just need to do is cut these struts. Oh, okay, I just accidentally cut through the wall, so I'm glad I've already depressurized the ship. You definitely want to depressurize the ship first. Trying to arrange myself so that I'm doing minimal damage here. This might actually be a worthwhile place to use demo charges. So far, I've only used demo charges in places where it's sort of pre-marked. But because demo charges, they cut a lot of things. They have the potential to cut a lot of things at once, but along a really predictable sort of path. That might actually make it good for jobs like this, where it's like lots of little struts I need to cut. They might end up being actually the more efficient way to do it, even though they're also kind of, yeah, kind of wild and unpredictable to some degree. Like when you're placing it, well, no, even when you're placing it, you don't always have the perspective when you're placing a demo charge to know whether its blast radius is in a good place. Okay, so I think I've actually detached this from everything now. So does it all go in the... Okay, so it looks like the outer cage goes in the processor and the inner spine goes in the furnace, because of course it does. So let's attach this to a jack. Oh, I attached the wrong part of it to a jack, so that's not helping. Let's start pulling this up and see what happens. Okay, so it is pulling, and the spine is detached, so the spine's coming with, but it's all very heavy. But once I've gotten clear of the two pods, I think I can yank out the spine. Of course, yanking out spines is a classic video game tradition. Okay, let's stop tethering real quick. And then let's pull the spine out and throw it in the furnace. Okay, that tether's not going to last long because it's not at a good angle. But, okay, so we pull the spine out into the furnace, and now the cage can afford to go into the processor without wasting that furnace material. Well, this is going remarkably well, considering that I started this session. I mean, started this this ship breakdown by what am I doing? What was that about? Why did I just make that tether? Well, luckily it's not going to work, so good. That was a weird thing that I did. Anyway, I started by blowing something up that I didn't intend to blow up. And I thought things were going to go very badly, but it looks like it's actually going pretty well. So I might just see how quickly I can cut apart the rest of the ship and just say that, you know, we're done with the ship now, because, you know, it is getting on towards breakfast time, and I ought to go upstairs and see if I can make myself useful. But yeah, I'm liking these javelins. I'm actually kind of looking forward to unlocking some more complicated javelins in the future, and you know, seeing what I can, seeing how weird and complicated these things can get, because this was pretty complicated for an easy level ship. I mean, they kept the complicated bits in places that were less hazardous, right? Like they didn't make the reactor complicated, you know. If the reactor had been complicated, that would have been very difficult for me. But they didn't make the reactor complicated. They just made sort of the outer structure of the ship, the more inert parts of the ship, complicated. But I can imagine sort of the precedents that they've set here with the kinds of complicatedness that they set up. I can imagine.
Raw material process.
All right, Cutter, you got 5 minutes left of this shift.
I can imagine them making that, doing really crazy stuff with the with things like the reactor or the computer system. So I'm sending this in the furnace with a lot of stuff that does not go in the furnace, and I'm just deciding I don't care because I want to get the ship done. So that is a valid decision. You're always allowed to make that decision.
Processing valuable objects.
So I am almost out of tethers. So I should probably grab some more of those. Okay, so I've got a work order to salvage the power generator. So I'll see if I can do that with the time I've got left. Let's grab some more tethers. I'll see if I can salvage the power generator.
Welcome to Vindatron 9000. Thank you for your
Tethers restored.
I'll see if I can just do that last thing, and maybe I'll just throw the rest in the processor just to get it done. So if I remember correctly, the power generator.
Object processed. Credits awarded.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Power generator was on this wall. Oh, it seems like it's pretty attached to that wall. Oh, wait, no, that's not the power generator. That's just the impression it makes. The power generator is inside over here. Oh, you know what? I gotta do a lot of cutting. I gotta do a lot of cutting to get that guy out. We'll see if I can do it in time. Maybe I can? Well, especially if I don't care about just throwing everything else in the processor. And as I've decided I don't care about that, maybe I'll just throw the entire front of the ship into the processor just to open this up. So let's see. Was cutting those things enough to free this? It looks like yes, it is just barely cracking. Yeah, you can see. Okay, I'm pushing it. I love this feeling of pushing something heavy in space, right? Because you think of things as being light in space, but they're not heavy in the sense that they're not being constantly like pulled towards, you know, a planet, but they still are massive, and moving them still takes effort. And I love feeling that in a game. The difference, like you learn, you know, academically, you learn in physics class the difference between weight and mass, but you really feel it in a game like this. Okay, so I'm just going to throw that in the processor like it's garbage. And then, just because, you know, satisfying work orders is sort of my, it's where I'm missing, it's why I can't level up yet, is because I haven't done enough work orders. It makes me want to do the thing that's on the work order, even if I'm being sort of wasteful with everything else.
Accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Alright, so this little guy,
Work order is complete.
this little guy's got his own little atmosphere and everything, and I just do not care. He's just going to go in a hole. Notice how the music is intensifying. I'm pretty sure that it's also attached by an airlock, so I don't think... Oh, you know what? Detaching this little guy is going to be a... This is probably a fun adventure of its own. Oh, wait, it's connected here. I wonder if it's properly connected to the airlock, or if just detaching it like this would be enough. Oh! Yeah! Yes, there is an atmosphere inside that pod. And it just vented to space.
Time is winding down, Cutter.
And it just decided that the spaceship was going in the furnace. Oh, that is the right way to end this session, I think. Is me accidentally venting atmosphere
Processing valuable objects.
and that propelling the ship into the furnace. Oh, so much wasted salvage money. Oh, and man, but the physics are just chugging too as it's trying to process so many. It's not the physics, actually. I think it's probably the effects. Yeah, there's effects that fire off whenever you put something in a furnace, and it's furnacing so many things at once. It's just, oh man, they probably need to come up with some LOD effects for when a lot of things are furnacing at the same time, because that just chugged my system. Well, anyway, there's even any mass remaining. There must be little fragments just got scattered. Oh, like this guy. What's this? You. Go in the barge. He'd probably don't even go in the barge. We'd go in the barge. All right, that was my first Javelin. We did it, folks. We did the Javelin. I'm excited. I love this new ship. I love this game. I'm looking forward to actually taking apart more Javelins while, listening to YouTube videos. I'm so glad that these guys that this team is getting enough support, that they're able to continue working on this early access game, and that, I can't wait to see what this game looks like when they actually consider it to be done. But in the meantime, we're definitely gonna quit, head upstairs, have some breakfast. So thank you for hanging out with me, everybody. This was a lot of fun for me. I hope you were having fun too. I realized that I just totally ignored the chat for a bunch of that, and maybe I'll chat with you a little bit after I wrap up the video. So let's wrap up the video, and you can subscribe, look at other videos that are probably not Hardspace, because I am done with this session for now.